OnlyFans. You got like 1 million followers or something?
2 million.
Damn. You look like the type of girl that only dates like rich guys. Is that true?
No, that's not true. I only date black guys. Especially black guys. Especially black guys. Let me clarify. I only date rich black guys.
Rich black guys. There we go.
When someone says, I only date rich black guys, now that statement sounds like a personal preference. But what happens when statement becomes a pattern and pattern turns into violence? With over 2 million followers on Instagram, over 3 million fans on social media, Courtney Clenney was a top 1% creator, earning $1 million a month. By the age of 25, she had everything: beauty, money, and a fan base in the millions. She competed in fitness competitions, appeared in commercials for Pepsi, acted in Hollywood films, and on OnlyFans, she made a fortune. But behind the filters was a volatile relationship, one so toxic, it led to blood on the floor. On April 3rd, 2022, Christian Obumseli, her boyfriend, is found with a knife wound to the chest in their Miami apartment. This is not just another influencer scandal. This is a story about love, violence, and fame, but all that glitz came with shadows. An OnlyFans model now facing second-degree murder charges in the state of Florida. Whether justice will be served in the case of State of Florida versus Courtney Clenney, let's find out. Hi everyone, I am Saurabh and you are watching Who Did It?, where facts meet the suspense, and every time we are asking the same question to the audience: who did it? Who really pulled the trigger? Let's find out and watch. Born on April 21st, 1996 in Midland, Texas, Courtney Clenney, known online as Courtney Taylor, wasn't just a pretty face. By the time she was 13, she had already set her sights on stardom. Acting classes, fitness competitions, soccer, volleyball, modeling gigs. She chased the spotlight with everything she had. Her Instagram account exploded with bikini photos, gym routines, and lifestyle reels, garnering over 2 million followers. But then came OnlyFans, a platform that changed everything. For those who don't know, OnlyFans is a subscription-based platform where creators, especially models and influencers, share exclusive content, often adult or risque, in exchange for a monthly fee. Courtney joined the platform, and just like that, she went from Instagram famous to internet royalty. She became one of the top 0.01% creators on OnlyFans, reportedly making over $1 million per month, posing, promoting, and building a digital empire from behind a screen. She flaunted designer bags, luxury cars, and million-dollar views. She was the it girl of the social media elite. But then comes Christian Obumseli. Born in Texas, Christian was a bright, ambitious young man. He studied communications and business at Texas Tech University and had a reputation for being thoughtful, driven, and incredibly charming. Friends described him as the kind of person who made everyone feel seen. He was an entrepreneur, a crypto investor, and someone who dreamed of building something bigger than himself. Christian had a magnetic personality. He was known to light up every room he walked into, warm, funny, and deeply loyal to those he loved. Whether it was with friends or strangers, Christian had a way of making people feel heard. He wasn't just smart, he was emotionally intelligent, kind, and generous. Christian met Courtney through social circles in Austin, a place they both called home during key points in their lives. Their chemistry was immediate. Glamour met ambition. Influence met aspiration. They moved to Miami in early 2022. For many, they looked like the perfect Instagram couple, beautiful, successful, and living in luxury. But behind the scenes, it was far from perfect. This is no tabloid tale. This is State of Florida versus Courtney Clenney, and it's far from over. In July 2021, while vacationing in Las Vegas, Courtney, Clenney, and Christian Obomseli had another explosive argument. This time, it ended with Courtney allegedly throwing a glass at Christian's head, causing visible injury.
Really loud. It wasn't that I was scared or anything. It wouldn't hurt me. Did you throw a bottle at him or a glass at him? You say you've done it before.
Yes.
A key moment was a violent argument in early April 2022, with officers arriving and Courtney demanding a restraining order against Toby, though he was legally entitled to live in the apartment.
And you somehow made friends with him. Put him here. I broke up with him. My mom came out. To like help me break up with him, and I just couldn't do it. He slept in my elevator room inside of a couch. I hope that there's a camera. He slept inside of a couch in my elevator room, which is stop. Is where I'm supposed to be. But I never would have called. I never would have called the police because I didn't have to do that.
You didn't call.
I didn't. Nobody.
I called. You called.
What?
Okay.
What's going on?
Okay, hold on, man. Let him talk.
Okay.
Ma'am, hold on.
Okay.
Go ahead.
The front desk personnel, this young lady, I was actually, with the other guy. We were walking around. We came back. She informed us that.
Who's she?
The front desk personnel. Okay. She informed us that Miss Courtney, her boyfriend, was trying to get into the elevator with her, but she had her hands out like this.
Okay.
Now the date of the incident comes. On April 3, 2022, after a violent and heated argument, she called emergency services to 911, and you can see the clip here.
Ma'am, listen to me. You need to stop screaming on the line and give me the address.
3101. You got a guy, I can't feel my arm. 3101. I can't feel my arm.
Ma'am,
so my boyfriend is dying of a stab.
Ma'am, what is the address?
What's that? What's the address?
3131.
3131 Northeast 7th Ave. Please, God, please. Come see my boyfriend.
Ma'am, is this a house apartment or a business?
512-745-3582.
Is this a house apartment or a business?
Baby, I'm so sorry. Baby.
Ma'am, can you hear me?
If you have a stab wound to his shoulder, can you sit down?
What do you mean he has a stab wound on his shoulder, ma'am?
Yes, he's bleeding from his shoulder.
Rescue, this is PD Physician Juliet. The caller, ma'am, hold on one moment. The caller advised the address is 3131 Northeast 7th Avenue, 31 Northeast 7th Avenue. The phone number is verified. The caller advised that her boyfriend has a stab wound.
You get up right now.
Why do you have to keep him upright? I just want to keep him
Get up
upright.
right now. Mommy, go home.
Wait, how?
Listen.
I need to go to the hospital. I have to.
You gotta give us a statement first.
That's fine. That's fine. But can I go to the hospital at some
After we
point?
done, yes.
Can I say bye? Can I say bye to my guy? I'll be right back, boys. I'll be right back. Okay? You can hear.
In the police investigation, Courtney said that she threw the knife, but investigators weren't buying it, so they asked, "Where were you standing when it happened? How does a thrown knife pierce the chest so cleanly? Why did you waited for minutes to call 911? And most chilling of all, why did you call your mother before you called for help?"
Laundry. And watching a Christina Randall, or listening to a Christina Randall video. And tried to call my mom. She didn't answer the first time. And then he came back with a Subway sandwich. Before he left, he recited exactly what I wanted. And I said, I'll text what I want to you. And he said, I know what you want. I said, no, you don't. And he recited it to me before he left. And he got it perfectly right.
Okay.
And then he left. I guess he went to go bike over there. That's just what he said. I don't know if he walked or biked, but he told me he's gonna bike personally.
Like a bicycle?
Yeah.
Okay.
He came back, and I said something about like, oh, are you gonna like reshare your location with me? Like, did you unshare it? And he said, yeah, I unshared it. And I was like, oh, when did you do that? And he goes, the other day, like when you were done with me. And I was like, okay, well, fair enough. Like, reshare it. And then he told, I mean, it kind of like turned into like a little like argument or something. And then he told me to reach your mind, and I was like, okay, yeah, I will. And then I didn't do it immediately. He asked me about it again. And I don't know what I was thinking, but it just said something about, well, what if I'm somewhere you don't want me to be?
Okay.
Which I wouldn't have been. I love him. But just like, you know, maybe you don't want to know where I am. I guess maybe they'll just like hurt him because he was pressing me. And he ended up pinning me against the wall. And then, I mean, I said like choking me on the floor. It's just like, they were looking at my neck and I was like, I mean, I'm not saying like choking me like, you know, whatever. But I mean, he had my like neck, like, and this happened twice before, where I couldn't breathe and I was on the floor. Yeah. I could not breathe. And I don't think that he was trying to kill me, but I was scared. And all 3 times I have been scared. So yeah, I'm on the floor. And he had me pinned and was me up. I'm on the, get my mom on the phone. And I'm just trying to really remember. I got my mom on the phone, and I remember she was standing like against the couch. Like we were obviously it was a big deal at this point. So this happened like over by the door and somehow moved like over in the living room. He was standing by the couch, facing toward the kitchen, and I was in the kitchen. And then he just like, I could see like all the whites in his eyes, and he was like coming at me. And so I grabbed one of these knives. My mom got me for Christmas. I grabbed one of them, and I was like, I swear to God. I swear to God. It was just like, I mean, I grab and be like, don't come anywhere closer to me. Because, I mean, earlier, I was having 2 other times I couldn't fucking breathe. I'm sorry. I couldn't breathe. And it's very scary. And I just think, like, just like this kind of thing where I was saying, like, do you know if he's okay? If he's choking me and he's angry enough, he might, like, I mean, this is different, I think. But if he's, like, choking me or, like, pinning me or something and I can't breathe, he might go too long. So I grabbed a knife and I said, don't come anywhere closer to me. I had absolutely no intention of using it. I'm on the phone with my mom, and he's coming at me like he's going to grab either the phone or like the knife or something. And so I was just like, I was like, don't come any closer. It's coming at me, and I threw it. And I meant for it to go.
How far away was he?
Well, I was by my fridge, and he was like by the edge of one of the chairs of the sofa.
Okay.
Like
comparing to what
10 feet. I'm trying to think in my head. I'm trying to make the.
Was he closer than I am?
No, but he's further.
Okay. Well, like the length of his room?
No, further than that.
Okay.
Oh well, if I said yeah, you're right. It was more than 10 feet. Then it was definitely further than this.
Okay. I mean, it's closer. It looks a lot smaller than here.
It was further than this.
Okay. So then, you were by the fridge and he was by the couch? You were by the fridge and he was by the couch?
Yes, I was in front of the fridge. He was by the couch.
Yes. And then
behind my island.
And then what kind of movements did he make at the moment?
And just like that, it was over. Christian Obumseli, 28 years old, full of ambition, full of life, was gone. One stab, one moment, and everything changed forever.
So we have to inform you that Christian did not make it. Okay. Unfortunately, the doctors did what they could. And
Christian is dead.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Do you really think that what she had done, she's been very sorrowful for her? Do mention in comments. A very interesting fact to be noted here, that Courtney claimed that she had thrown the knife at a distance of 10 feet in itself. But looking towards the location and depth of the wound itself, the medical examination actually opined that throwing the knife at such a distance would not cause that fatal blow. The copious digital evidence, over 12,000 texts, videos, and secret recordings, played a crucial role in illustrating the abusive context and challenging Courtney's defense narrative. Such data is increasingly vital in modern domestic violence investigations. The medical examiner's detailed report on the stabbing wound, depth, and angle discredits Courtney's claim that the knife was thrown from a distance, strongly indicating intentional close-range stabbing and suggesting premeditation or rage rather than accidental or defensive action. Courtney's behavior following the incident, buying a lavish home, excessive drinking, and evading accountability, points to denial and a lack of remorse, further complicating public perception and legal assessments of her character. Toby is remembered as a kind, intelligent, and loving individual with a promising future cut cruelly short. His writings and recordings serve as a poignant reminder of the human cost of domestic abuse and the urgent need for intervention before tragedy strikes. The story exposes the dark realities behind social media glamour and serves as a sobering example of how domestic abuse can escalate with devastating consequences. Courtney Clenney's trial will be closely watched as it could set an important precedent on how such cases are viewed and handled legally and socially. This case highlights a tragic story of fame, fortune, love, and violence, which actually leads to a young person's death. Pending investigation and trial is still going on, which determines its accountability, but the central point of gravity here is toxic relationship. Who do you think who killed it? Please mention in comments, like us, subscribe us, and for a moment, we are signing it off.